What's up, y'all? We're back, and we're going to continue restoring the Battle Pyramid music. So we now have this, and I did in fact forget to put delay on the guitar, but actually, this is there's another layer that has the guitar. I think it's actually it's just this part. This part has the delay on it, so we'll go ahead and actually just add that so I don't forget. Let's see. Let's go and give this a mixer track real quick. And let's go drag in our default. Now, let's go call this guitar. And now, I would just like to add in a delay 3. And then let's go make this was about half a step, so let's set the timing to half a step. And then let's turn the feedback level to about 12%. And then let's set the wet to about 30%. And then let's give it some diffusion. And then set the offset. Now, we want to gate this delay so that it's only active in that one part. I do believe it was, let's see, I'll know it if I see it. Yeah, it was that part. Okay, so this part, yes, 27, and then let me set my snap to be a bar so that it's easier to sort of, I don't want the paintbrush because the paintbrush is going to bypass the snap. So let's do that, and then this ends on 31. So at the beginning of 31. So let's go where it's only active there. This is half a step, right? This is like, yeah. I don't really hear it that well. Let's see. There we go. Now I can hear it kind of in the background there. Okay. So with that actually, now while I'm at it, I want to go set these synths up with a mixer track, so it's like I don't have to get blasted with like noise every time I play them. Let's see, because they're just so loud. Let's call this pulse and turn it down to 15 decibels. And then let's go for the saw. Actually, since this it's the same general sonic space and say at different times than the pulse, I think I'll just give it the same mixer track, to be honest. Yeah. Let me kind of take this away. Lovely. Okay, now let's remove the chorus from that track because we already have chorus on it. Very nice. All right. Now let's go and okay, so we have now this sort of inaudible timpani here, but I know it's there because I hear it in the original. And now, so that means everything before 19 and after 27 is a timpani based on this patch log. So that means let's go to sort of here. Let's full screen this here. Let's go to 19 and yes, everything before that, before 19. So this would be Go from, oh man, now I lost my selection. Go from timpani to distortion guitar. But we will actually need our distortion guitar, so we might as well, now I don't really know where the, and see, I even lost my place again. But it was before 19, okay, so there's a gap here that I can work with. This makes a lot of sense. Okay, and after, what was it, 26? I don't even remember, but let me unfull screen this so it's like I can not ruin my selection. This, it starts here. Okay, so we have nothing here. We have another rest here. And then we come back with more timpani. So let's control shift and select this. And now I don't even have my channel yet. Let me go and clone these tubular bells. Hold Alt and push it down. Wait, I have to focus on the channel rack. Hold Alt, turn it down, reset our knobs, and then let's go to find first empty and call it drums. And then we'll call this instrument timpani. And then we'll make it a timpani. Let's go to strings orchestra, timpani, and let's paste this here and Alt C to change it to channel 1. Lovely. Okay, now let's go and check out our panning. We have not really much movement. In fact, all of this I think is just a all of this movement is just the what's the other one? Whatever, the distortion guitar. Yeah, so this is static. This is a static pan here, so we can copy this value over to the timpani here. And then let's check out our volume. We do have some volume stuff going on. So let's go to drums and paste this here. But FL Studio is trying to ruin our song by giving us space where we didn't ask for it. So let's go move our cursor here. Now we can remove the space. Wait a second. Is that even the right? Is that really the right channel? Because it doesn't. It looks kind of. Oh, it wasn't actually the right channel. I copied it from the wrong channel. And now FL Studio is still trying to ruin our song, so let's just go and remove that thing. Here we go. Lovely. And then let's just remove this space here because it's meaningless. Okay. I like that a lot. Now let's make sure, because I know there was some pitch bends in some of the latter half of the song. Look, oh, there is a pitch bend here. Wow, I caught that. Okay, so this will be then, we'll just put, I want to put 0 here to make sure that the pitch sort of always behaves elsewhere, and then copy this. And then, let's go paste this to here, and then scale these levels. And then we'll go 200% once, Alt-X, 200% twice, Alt-X, and 150% the third time. Now this will give us the right scale. Look, we have about 100 cents that we scale it to. And now for some reason, this is not on the drum hit. There's nothing here, actually. So why... Wait a second, that's the wrong line. So we actually... Was I looking at this? Why do I keep looking at the wrong thing? Okay, so this actually goes to the, let's see. This goes to the guitar, actually. Okay, so let's go and grab that automation we put on the timpani. Let's cut it and move it to the guitar in melody. Now, nice, I like that little lovely. Okay, so now I want to check just in case and see if I have any other stuff. See, I keep hitting the wrong. Oh no, this is that exact same channel. Actually, this is another layer, which I think I forgot about. No, I didn't forget about that. It should be there. Yes, it's there. Okay. And this pitch knob is a global pitch knob, so it will affect the other channel too. Lovely. Okay, so now let's go and check out our other channels just in case we have some pitch bends at the end there. So I remember this song got pretty crazy with some of the pitch bends toward the latter half. So let's go, and I think that was mostly on the synth, so we should be in the clear. Let's now just go and check out this track. So we got our timpani. Now the only thing we need left is our distortion guitar. But since we have no sound out of this channel, we have no indication. We have to go into the patch log to figure out where that is. This, oh yeah, I remember this is from 19 to 27 is the distortion guitar. Okay, so now let's zoom in to get to that place. 19 is here. And we stop at 27 here. Okay, so let's copy that. Let's go to melody. And then now I forgot to create my distortion guitar. So let's clone this timpani. And let us hold Alt and put, oh, I have to put the focus on the channel rack. No, that's the wrong Alt. That's a right Alt. We need left Alt. Okay, Alt and down, and then we'll call this distortion guitar. Lovely. All right, let's paste this here. And then we'll remove these echo notes here. But this can't be an echo note because this is like, even though this is a low velocity note, it's still going up. Oh, that sounds like so deceptively lovely. Like if that was like as a piano, it just really still fits. It's crazy. I almost want to keep playing it as a piano for now. Like, wow. It just sounds so pleasant. Wait a second. That is strange. I can't even hear that. It just sounds like an echo. That's really strange that it would be like that quiet. Really strange. All right. Well, anyway. Let's keep going. Okay, now let's change our very pleasant piano to a hard-hitting distortion guitar. And I do believe this distortion guitar was from the SC88. Use the SC88 patch from last. But now we're not even pointing to channel 1. Let's go and go to channel 1 and Alt-C to change. I'm gonna say that this isn't even really an audible note, so it must be... And it may just make sense for the rhythm that that kind of wouldn't be there, so I'm gonna chalk that up to maybe that's a MIDI glitch. Ooh, nice breakdown. Hi, Jamie. Hello, Magnificent Kirby. Welcome. Hi, Jojo. Alright, very nice. Now, let's go, take our panning for that. I still have the one from the timpani, but I think a different one is used here. Dun, 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 dun. And I have some changes here. Yes, there's a little bit, there's like one little change at the end. Okay, so let's go and copy that. Go head on over to our melody. And let's go to our distortion guitars panning and paste this here. That has a Latin flair to it. I like it. Okay, now let's go check out our volume. Volume is static, so we don't really need to do anything because we were just gonna scale it up anyway to a normal thing. Now, let us take our vibrato if we have it. Is this part of the distortion guitar? No, this is actually timpani having some vibrato. Interesting. Wait, no, it would, if it is the guitar, we wouldn't be able to hear that. So I was just assuming because I can't hear that. It actually is the distortion guitar. Let us find, wait, no. Let us go and predict what this missing information is in the vibrato. And maybe I wonder if there's like a no. No, that's not happening. Anyway, let's see if maybe there's another oh, what was I thinking? I need my panning for that. No, I got the panning already. I need my vibrato. I got a little sidetracked there. So let's go and predict what information is missing here. But I can't hear anything, so I don't know where my notes start. Let's see what we have in this section. We have 2 beat-long notes. So let's set our snap to be a beat. And now we can assume that we just have this same information repeated. So it's pretty obvious what we have, yes. Let's put 0 here. Now let's copy this information. Let's go to Melody. Project in the browser and scroll down until we see gray. And then let's go up to our modulation wheel at the top. And let's paste this. Nice vibrato on the low power chord notes. I love it. Alrighty then. Let's go and... You're cool and smart. Thank you, Superpower. I'm so glad people think I'm smart. Yes. Thank you. Welcome to the stream, too. All right. So, let's say that we want... I'm getting a little sidetracked, though. What do I want next? What do I want? I want to see if there's any vibrato, but I think I checked already. There's no... not vibrato. Pitch bends. But I checked already. There's no pitch bends, so we can move on to now. What is this? Dun, dun. I think this is our pulse. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see if we have any changes in this channel. Yes, we have quite a few. We changed to a square quite frequently. Let's go and map. Let's go and first I want to drag in my pulse channel. And I think we have another layer of pulses here. Yeah, this should be exactly the same thing, I do believe. In fact, I think we just have a unison here. So we probably don't even need to copy that. Like, it really just... We can just copy the one and then simulate that effect with in the patch. So here is where the switch happens. Yes. So we switch to square here. So I want all of these notes to go to my pulse. Okay, and here we switch to pulse again. Briefly. And then we switch back to square. Now we're switching back to, wait. This sounds like a combination of pulse and square. So, yeah, so we are not changing anything here. So whatever is there that changes is happening in the other channel. So we are having two different waves go on in that moment. Let's see. So if we don't need this, then we don't need the rest of this either. Actually, I want to be absolutely certain of when my next change occurs, so I can make no mistakes. Because I make no mistakes. Gotta make no mistakes. Actually, this changes to something else. What is this? And my keyboard isn't working, which is unacceptable. So let's go and unplug my, I'm going to unplug my USB. All right, so I'm audible again, and so is my computer. But my camera has frozen, so let's unplug that and plug it back in again. Actually, that does not help, so let us go and... How did I fix this last time? I think that I just... I did something... I changed the settings. Okay. I reactivated it. There we go. All right, now everything is working. So basically, my computer sometimes forgets that my keyboard exists and that it's plugged in, because I have it plugged into a USB bus, so I can have all my USB devices plug into my computer without actually having to have all the ports. And then occasionally, every now and then, I have to remind my computer, hey, there is a keyboard plugged into this bus, because my computers are poor, because Windows computers are very poorly designed, and sometimes they have many issues. And so I have to unplug the USB bus, plug the keyboard in directly, And then my computer goes, oh yes, there is a keyboard plugged in there. And then I plug it back into the USB bus. But then when I unplug the bus, my camera gets frozen. And so when I plug it back in, I have to tell my camera, hey, you need to switch to something else and then come back. So you remember that you're supposed to take video. So yeah, computers are very bad and nothing works because they are poorly programmed and are not tested well. And that is my thesis and conclusion. Anyway, let's get back to restoration. And let's do, what were we up to? We were selecting our pulse notes here, and now this, oh, but I was about to say, hey, this is a different patch that we haven't encountered before. This is our super pulse, so this is going to be something entirely different. Now, we don't have a regular pulse again until here. So here is where I want to copy some more notes from. But how many of these are, oh, actually I can listen. But it's hard to hear with the now, because now this channel is doing something completely different. So let's just go and see, yes, this is in fact, I need to Control Shift and drag to copy. I select this without ruining my other selection. And now this is also my pulse, so it sounds like it just stays pulse from there on out, yes. Yes, okay, no more changes. So now these are all our pulse notes, which FL Studio just ruined my selection. Okay, now let's go to our synths, and then we'll go to our pulse, and we'll paste these notes here. If I can find my, oh, here it is, unsorted. Why is it unsorted? I don't know. But, okay, actually, does this happen right there? Yes, it does. Okay, so we are good. Now, this is going to be very loud, so I don't want to play it right now. Let me just go and give this a mixer track. And actually, this is a pulse saw. So we can differentiate them. Let me drag in my default mixer track, which gives us chorus, saturation, and an exciter. Call it pulse, and then we will go and I'm gonna check on my envelope. Like there's a see what the volume envelope is here. Looks like we have, if you look at the peak meter, the volume starts up high and dips down very quickly. And actually, it's still loud. I need to go and turn this down 15 decibels quieter. Okay, so it looks like we have our envelope correct. And we just need to remove this chorus on the mixer track because we already have chorus going on. Now we can sort of go and say, where's our panning here? We have center most of the time, but here, square does some changings, but we're not on the square yet, so we don't need to worry about that. Let's check out our volume. And volume has a lot of stuff going on. So let's go and copy this to our pulse. In our pitch envelope. Let's use the pitch envelope. No, we're not on vibrato. I'm losing my mind. Let's go to send this to our volume. And now we have like all this vibrato because I added that in. Nice, that's a good little jammy part. Okay, let's Alt X to like grow this and make it really average on 75%. Lovely. Okay, now let's go and we need our square notes. So let's go drag in our square preset. Actually, first I need vibrato. I need my vibrato that happens here. So we have, as with always, we have missing information in our vibrato, so we need to go and predict that. So it looks like we have half a beat space between when the note starts and when the vibrato starts. So we need to find out when our note starts. Okay, so it's safe to say that our vibrato probably starts here. Lovely. Alright, now let's go and copy this vibrato over to our synths inside our pulse pitch envelope. And let's paste that there, and let's scale our levels because this is a very sensitive knob. So we want this to be 25%, no, actually 20% of what the value was in the MIDI. Nice. I like that. Now let's go and move on to our... Actually, first, I know that there is a sort of detuning effect here. Let's see, I think also maybe the... Yeah, no. Okay, so we have some pitch. So one of these are detuned, so let's see. Ah, it's this one. Okay, so now we need to find out the degree to which this is detuned. And we know that when we have pitch data, we always want it to be scaled sort of 100, 200%, 200% a second time, and then a third time at 150%. This will give us our scale to which the detuning needs to be made, which is 18 cents, so practically 20%. Now let's copy this because I have some stuff going on here. Let's see what... That's fun. Okay, and I want this. Let's see, this is going to be... This actually does go on my pulse, I think, because this is... No, this is my square, so this will be for my square. We can go ahead and preemptively, since I've got that all scaled up, put that on the square. Lovely. And so that will make sense later. There will be notes there later. Now for this time, so my pulse almost always has this sort of detuning effect. So let's go and make this. It sort of sounds like a honky-tonk piano or like a saloon piano. So let's go and sort of create that effect, but we don't need to like gate it in and out because... Let's go and turn this to 2. This will give us 2 voices. And now let's do unison for oscillators only, because if you don't do this, it sort of if you do this, it sort of gives it a plucky sound that we had in the original. So we want 20. I'd say about 20%. It was 20 cents, but I don't know if the percent sort of tracks with that. Actually, I think it doesn't. This sounds more like what we want. Yes. Okay, that's beautiful. And I think that our envelope was sort of more stark than that. Meaning our sustain was very low. Yeah, look at that. Wow, it's very loud. Nice. Okay, I might want my sustain to be a little higher than that. And maybe the decay is quicker than that too. Usually it's even it's a lot quicker than it is in the MIDI, even in the original. Okay, that sounds nice. Hola. Hola, Rodrigo. Welcome. Yes. All right. Now, we shall go grab our square wave. Let's go see when our square wave plays. So our square wave plays here. Nice. That sounds very nice and pure. Now we go back to pulse here, but I don't want to include this note. Now we go back to square here. And then we go to super pulse there, but I don't want to get that yet. Now we go back to pulse here, so let's control shift. And we have these, there we have our crazy pitch bends. And look, we have some big arpeggiations. Nice. And now that is that for our square notes. They're going to start playing here. So let us go copy this. We'll go to our synths, go to the square instrument, and paste, but now nothing is how, yeah, here we go. That's really loud, so I want to go and give this a mixer track. And turn this, I'm going to give this my default patch, and let's call this square. Still too loud. Let's turn it way down to 15 decibels. Now that's more manageable. Now we have some release here. I don't know if I want very much release. I want very little, if any, release here. Okay, now we have some it's panning, I think, going on here. At least at some point, yes. Here we have some panning, so let's copy this. Go to our synths and put it on our square panning. Lovely. All right, now let's remove that chorus from the mixer track. Lovely. Now let's go and we want to take our, actually my volume knob. Let's see what's going on there. We have some definite stuff happening. Let's paste this over here. Nice. Now, okay, so that's good. Now let's go and get our vibrato information. Now let's see what's missing from our vibrato information. Actually, we already filled that in when we went for the pulse note, so let's go and just copy that and take it over. Why, come with me now. I'm gonna take you down. Why, come. Now let's scale this to 20%, because our knob is very sensitive. We only want 20% of what the MIDI had. Now that sounds very nice. Okay. Battle Pyramid, Peak, and Frontier Brain are the last Battle Frontier songs. Yes. So after that, I think we have Deoxy's theme, right? That's all. Is that all we have left? No, actually, well, Battle Mew is not real. There's Battle Mew. Mew Battle. But I guess does that happen on Frontier Island? I do not know. I'm gonna say no if you say that it's those are the last songs. So it must be Battle Mew must not happen on the island then, yes? I'm not really sure. I haven't gotten that far yet. So anyway, we now have our square all nice, and let me check that. I want to hear that crazy pitch bend. That's lovely. Alrighty then. Let us now go and take that super pulse that we had in there for a brief moment. Don't want to forget about that guy. Here he is. Okay, so that is all. Let's go to our synth, and then let's go and drag in our pulse 2. Head over to that piano roll and go to paste it here. Oh, that is way too loud. I forgot that we have an insanely loud volume by default. So let's go and put this in a mixer track. Drag in our default. Call this Super Pulse. Actually, we can really put this on the same line. Oh, maybe. We'll see. So let's remove our chorus now. Now let's turn it way down to 15 decibels. Okay, let's go see if any of our vibrato... Actually, I can do this because I didn't remove any of this stuff. Let's go see if some of our vibrato... And it does. So let's go and cut this piece of vibrato from our square, and let's insert space in its place. But actually, we just want there to be 0 here. FL Studio is going to try to put some other stuff here. Lovely. Actually, I need that selection, so let's bring it back, and then we'll go to Pulse 2. And let's see, let's go to Pitch Envelope and paste this here. Lovely. Now, do we need our detuning on this? What else do we have going on in here? Ah, yes, we have a something. We have a square going on here, actually, so we do need that to be detuned. Let's go and copy this value and paste it to our Pulse 2. And then we'll go to onto our next channel. Now, all of these pulse notes that are sort of on top of our, right on top of our pulse, we don't need them. But actually, there's some places where when we switch to... Oh, this is another square, so we have a square here as well, so that means the square gets the detuning. Also, that same detuning setting. Now we have a square note layered in there. Now let's set our pitch to be the same as here, 38%. Let's go just, and let's also do, yes. Now, when we have this pulse, now when this has a pulse, it doesn't change to a super pulse with it. It stays a square. Actually, no, this changes to something else. What is that? Why is this a, Oh, they are both. No, this one's a pulse. But the other one is a square. Okay. And then this one changes to a pulse, so they kind of switch around. They pull a sneaky on us. Interesting. So that means that, that means that everything from here, from 21, we have two squares here, actually. So we have everything from, what was it, 21? To 26 is a pulse. It's a pulse on square action. And then it stops. Okay, so now that means we just need everything from 21 to 26 to be... I'm going to make this the pulse, and now we need, instead of this being a unison, we want to just add a pulse in here that sort of has its own detuning going on. Super pulse, okay. And then we want this to sort of be, let's see, this we kind of don't want anymore. But I want this wave to be sort of separated. But first I want to make 21 to 25. Any notes between 21 and 25 are going to go over to this super pulse square detuned combo. And we are then going to cut this, put this to our pulse 2. Okay, that is... something is wrong there. Why is that so? Oh, because I combined these two. This one actually needs to be a square instead. Okay, so now we want this to be sort of detuned in one way. Not that much. That's too much. Wow, that is so horrible sounding. Why is that so bad? Why does that sound so bad? Let's go and set this to be detuned. I think it's because it's so loud now that the volume levels are jumping up. Let's go and set this to be 50%. There we go. So that's too detuned. No, that's not too detuned. It's just that... well, first I need this to have the same envelope. Okay, that sounds better. That sounds pretty good. Okay, I like that. Now let's actually go and make this normal volume. No, let's make it like 75%. That sounds a lot better. And now remember, let's make this sustain less. Okay. Hello, Martine. Welcome. And no, it happens on a different island. Ah, okay. Sorry, trainer. Your Mew is on a different island. Can't remember listening to the Battle Pyramid soundtrack before. Oh, it's not a soundtrack. It's one song in Pokemon Emerald. So the Battle Pyramid is the song. Pokemon Emerald is the game. And thank you, though. Okay, so we have that sort of synth there configured. Now I need vibrato for that whole thing. Like, I need the vibrato to be sort of on this side. Let's see. So, like, from 21 to 26. Whatever vibrato is happening here. Actually, there is vibrato here that I cut over here. I cut from over here and put it over there. Now I just need this to be, just to have it all. Just to have it all. Okay, so this, now we would delete this space and paste this here. And now some information gets removed because now we no longer have this here. Let's just insert that. Maybe remove this space, I guess. Yeah, there we go. And then I want to sort of take the other half of that. And then paste that over to the here. But I think let's see. I think this goes here. I think I took something away from the thing, actually. So it's just, actually, I only need that beginning part. Let's see. Actually, I don't think we need this at all. I think there should have been something here. Yeah, there's supposed to be something. I'm missing stuff. From here, from 25 to 27. 25 to 27, let's get it. Let's now go and find our vibrato. Okay, it's all right there. Let's go grab that. Go to synths. And go to pulse 2. Now let's paste this here and let's do our scaling of 20%. Now it looks like it's all there. Ah, but this is the part that needs to go to the square. Okay. Lovely. Okay, so my now what's happening is that the pulse part of this synth is having vibrato, but this one has none. Actually, it doesn't even have the vibrato LFO. So let's go paste this here. And then we'll also take this automation and paste it to the other oscillator as well. Lovely. I like it. Let's see. I remember that it's new truck, new under the truck engine runner. Yes. Okay, so let's see if there's any actually is this okay, this is the other part of the square. This must be a square. No, it's another one of those. So this is sort of, this is also one part of the so this one goes to, this is totally square. This is the actually this one is like, okay, no, they're supposed to be the same thing. It just has a weird sound because only one of those pitch bends I scaled. So this is not to scale. Okay, so basically, so this is, I think these are chords here. Yeah, we have chords right here. Interesting. So this is, we switch back to pulse, and now we have a layer over there. But first, let's go and change this, because this is not just a square, it's actually the square pulse, super pulse combo. So let's go cut that. Go here, and now FL Studio never puts anything where we want it, and on top of that, it ruins my snap, so I have to go and change my snap. Now I need my vibrato to come back. I thought this was like just in the right place. No, FL Studio further ruined my selection. I don't know how it did that, but somehow it moved it again, and I didn't even ask for that. FL Studio is continuing to ruin my song, try to ruin my song, but we can stop it by paying attention. Now let's go and I'm gonna cut the ooh, what is that? Why are there no lines here? That's a gnarly glitch. Wow, Windows is such a bad machine, man. But it's all we've got. Now let's go so we want that pitch bend from here, and we can cut this now and go to the pulse since our pitch bend now exists here. I like it. Okay, now there is still that big envelope here. So is that what we want, or does this envelope change? I think our sustain is considerably more, actually. It is the same envelope, but okay, so that makes sense. We have Nice, alright. Now, to continue this channel, we have... So we now I want to get these square arpeggio notes. These are going to be chord notes for the other square. And this returns to pulse. Okay, so this is our square. Let's go to synths, and we will just turn this, use this square here. But now FL Studio has forgotten our selection that we copied. So now sometimes FL Studio has amnesia. So we need to go and copy this again. Do you suffer from long-term memory loss? Okay, so now we remind FL Studio what we wanted to copy since it forgot, and we will go actually to this square. Nice. Okay, that's lovely. But did we have some panning difference here? No, actually it was the same panning. Now we have some pulse notes that we want to copy. Ooh, oh, that's the other channel going on. Okay, so now we've got that. Let's go to synths. And our pulse, and let's go into... But where was this? I forgot. It was right after the arpeggios. Okay, here we go. Paste this here. Lovely. Now let's go and remove these echo notes we have. Okay, now we can go and put a echo on our pulse. And I think we might have had, did we have any other echo notes going on in these channels? Let's see. Yes, we did. Okay, so during the square, let's see. Was it during the square, any of them? No, those never had a delay onto them. Square doesn't have the delay to them, only the pulse does it. Okay, so that means we can go here and let's go add our, well actually we might be able to do this in the synthesizer. Let's go turn on the delay. Let's set this to be 24. Now let's turn our feedback to about 25%. That sounds good. I like that. All right, so and the vibrato information we have should already be part of that. Actually, because this one, This would be sort of the same as the original, as the other channel, right? No, actually it's a little bit different. But we do have some information that is not affected here. Now, so let's go and copy this to our pulse at this moment. And then let's Alt X to scale it. Lovely. And now we still have some vibrato on here for some reason because our yeah, it didn't do the downward part. Nice. Okay, so that sounds really good. I like that. Let's move on. Now we have drums. Okay, so drums are coming. Wonder, did I copy this stuff? Well, that's just part of the pulse, so I don't think we needed that. So let's go into my let's see what kind of drums we have. So it looks like we have a standard drum set, except that we also have our two crashes. So let's just go. Let's clone the distortion guitar. Oh, that's really funky drums. Look at that cowbell. It's very nice. Let's call this drums. Drums. Hold left Alt and push down. Now let's copy sort of. Let's select these. So we have some. Let's select all our crash cymbals. Actually, I want this. This is a ride cymbal. Okay, now let's Shift I to invert our selection. And now this is going to come in here. So let's go to our drums. Go to the drums channel. And then we'll paste this here. Now let's set this to be channel 10 because all our drums in the sound canvas exist on channel 10. Now let's go to part 10. And then we'll go to SC88 Pro Map Standard 3, turn off the reverb, and play. But it seems we have sort of a, we have a tambourine. No, we have our, oh no, yeah, with a, okay, so, oh yeah, that's right. Ooh. Okay, now we have a couple of drums here that are not part of the standard drum set. These would be our toms and our kicks. Wait a second. Ah, kicks are down here. Okay, so let's go back to our drums. See, now this is the wrong snare drum. Snare drum that we want comes in here. Now, this is not the kick drum that we want. These are also not the toms. So let's go and select all of these and make sure that they do not occur again. Do they happen again? No. Okay, so let's cut that. But let's make sure we know where this starts out at. And then let's go to, well, now let's stay here. But let's go drag in our tom. And our kick. This is from, the tom is from the SD Studio Canvas 90. And the kick is from the 0G Percussion and Tools. So now let's go and paste this here. These are going to be our tom notes. And now let's go and cut our kick notes and paste them here. Now the kick needs to be at C5, and the toms are all at different, they're not at the right pitches because they're just part of a drum set. The drums are pitched different ways. So let's go and map these pitches. Map these pitches. Now let's go, so here in the drum kit would be, wait, is that a, oh, that's a conga note I pulled out of there. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Let's go and put this back in the drums. So that is... But FL Studio never puts anything where we want it, so we have to go tell it, hey, this goes here, where I copied it from. Okay. So now, with that aside, our first tom is going to be here, at this B note. And now we want to go and say, what? That's a crash? Okay, so this is a crash. So I need to, why is this another crash? Let's remove that because the crashes I'm doing separate. That's going to be a whole different thing. Oh, that's really a crash. Okay, so this is our first tom note then. Why is that? Why is everything just a crash? That makes no sense. Hold up. Let me just cut these toms. So why is... So we have 4 tom notes, and then 2 more happening here. So let's copy this. Okay, so that's... So where did I get that conga note from? Makes no sense. I thought that was a conga because it was like... Oh, I'm in the wrong sort of... Oh, because I pitched those up, and now they were all pointing to, like, different places. Okay, that makes a little more sense now. So we copy this. Now let us go back to drums. Let's remove those congas. Wait, is this... Ah, yes. Okay, so we want to remove those two. Now let's go to our tom. Okay, but the pitch... So this is the pitch that we have here. Now the pitch in the drum set is... So it's up there. So now we want to find out what note that is. Let us go focus on our tom so our keyboard plays this. Now let us use the mouse to click and find the correct pitch. Okay, that makes sense. So this is our first pitch is up here. Go control up and let's shift this down. So now we hit this one. Now, what is our second? Oh, I lost the we shifted this down. So the next one would be the B. Yeah. These are our pitches. Let's see. We have this B, and now this. This is too high. Whoops. I think it's... No. It's very compressed, so it's hard to tell. I think it's this F sharp, because that would make sense because it's a power chord. I think they've been moving those in power chords lately. Now this one... It does sound like it's quite an equal interval, as far as I can tell. So now we want to find this pitch. I do believe that's the right one. Okay, let's say that's a D. And then... say that's an A. And then... let's say this last one is an F. Nice. Let's turn down this kick, it's very loud. This tom is very quiet. There we go. Okay, so we've got our drums, it sounds like. It sounds like it's pretty good, but our drums are all panned to the left. We don't want that. Okay, so that's lovely. Let's now go and take care of our crashes. So these are, let's see, we have a sort of, no, normal pitched crash. Normal pitched orchestral crash, so let's go and drag that in there. And now, so let's do that. Make that right there, and then now this is our second crash. I think it's higher. No, actually it's at the right pitch. But it does have an envelope on it that is non-standard. Let's see. And it is shorter. Nice. Now a regular crash. Does also have a shorter envelope on it. Okay. All right, so let's see what else we've got in here. We have these two, and then... So that means this is like... I think this is like a minor second. Right, so let's just remember that, if we can. Now this will already be part of our thing, so let's see what this is. Oh, this is exactly the same, okay. Now here's our fade-in crash, our crescendo, if you will, because it's crescendoing. So let's drag in our crescendo. Okay. Now, that sounds great. Let's go and select all of those notes. Actually, let's exclude this one because this one's our other crash. Now, let's go and copy this, starting here. And then let's move these notes here, since they're just a repetition for some reason. And this is going to go right under that A note. Okay, so now let's go and take that G, the other crash. Go to drums, crash 2. Put it there. Okay. Now, let's go and grab our crescendo. Now, let's say that we want this to have an envelope that Well, first we want it to fade in a little bit because our sample doesn't quite fade in all the way. Let's also trim that silence out. And then we want a little bit of release, but not too much. So let's try to match that to our drum set. Now I want this to sort of, let's like that. Yeah. Lovely. Now I want some more release here because in a real orchestra this would like release a little bit more. Nice. Okay. All right, so that sounds like all of our instruments right there. Well, all of our drums anyway. Not even all of our drums. Actually, we have some noise. Well, it's sort of noise, the noise channel they're using to sound like hi-hats. So it's technically not hi-hats. They're in disguise. I muted the audio because that noise waveform is loud and annoying. Crescendo. Oh yeah, you asked about the crescendo. Oh, I muted my voice on that instead of muting the computer audio. Wow, I'm not paying attention. Okay, so yeah, your question about the crescendo. Crescendo is a term in music that it refers to something that is gradually getting louder. So in orchestra, you can sort of do this thing with the crash where you do shh, and so it's sort of the crash crescendos. So I call it a crescendo. It's like a pun, like a musical pun, but that's not standard. That's just my own thing. So it's a crash cymbal that is crescendoing. So it's a crescendo. Now, anyway, let's go and check out. Let's see this. Thanks for pointing that out, that stream is muted. I wouldn't have found that. Okay, so now I like all that. Let's go and build the song. We have our melody. Actually, let me leave that here. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to Edison. Okay, so let's put our recording back. Let's put it down here. But let's mute it out for now. Let's go grab our melody. And then our synths. And then our drums. Now let's put our downbeat where we did in the other chant in the patterns. Let's put it here. Okay, so now we're in business. Let's hear how that sounds. Okay. Actually, this, those synths really are kind of loud. That, pulse, it's pretty loud. Let's set this to be 12. Hmm. This is, wait, a little too loud. Okay, so that's sounding pretty good. It's sounding pretty similar so far. Let's go and keep on listening. Except that these all need to rise. Some of these need to rise in volume, but we can do that from the mixer track. So let's go and set our mixer track first. Give everything a mixer track. Let's give our harp the default. Call it a harp. Strings. Actually, let's just go by the numbers. Let's do 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh my. 13, 14, 15. Now these crashes are going to get this occupy the same sonic space, so they're going to get the same mixer track. And then 17. Okay, so now we have all these mixer tracks, but they're not named yet. So let's go and drag in our default. Call this strings. Now let's drag in our default to everything up to 17. Okay, now let's solo this one. This is our French horn. Wow, I fudged that so much. French horn. I cannot type. Now let's see what this is. This is our tubular bells. This is our timpani. This is nothing right now. What is this? What is this instrument? It's like nothing. What is 12? Distortion guitar. All right, so the distortion guitar, that makes sense because the distortion guitar only plays like one place. Dum dee do do dee, but it's not even playing in that place. Why? Ah, here we go. That's it. Starts here. Nice. Here's our drums. Here's our crash. Noise. Which let's turn that down a lot. That's way too loud. What's 14? 14 is our tom. 15 is our kick. Okay. And there she is. All right. All right, so now everything has a mixer track, generally. Let's go and see what we want to do with those mixer tracks one by one. How we want to modify the sound. Let's go for our guitar. I think we have some stuff that's not playing here. Lovely. Now I want to distort that a little more. But we remember we have whole nother instrument playing here. Nice. That's the right amount of distortion, I feel like. Can raise the exciter a little bit on that. Okay, let's boost the highs a little bit. Okay, very nice. Now let me dock a random track to the right. And we're gonna make a reverb bus. Let's call this reverb. And then we will add a reverb plugin. And then go to make this 12% power and hall shape. So now our guitar can have a hall reverb. Lovely. Okay, so that sounds good. Now our pulse saw. This is our bass, really. Nice, I like that. Let's boost the bass a little bit. Now we got that powerful bass coming in. Let's check. I want this to peak at 6. It's a little bit much around the mids, around the presence. Why is there like some notes clustering together? I don't think that's supposed to be there. Oh, is it? Maybe it is supposed to be there. That is pretty dumb. I don't think that is supposed to be there. I'm gonna say no. That makes no sense. Okay, that sounds very nice. Now let's go and go on to the next thing, which I believe is our pulse. That sounds very nice. Okay, I think we can move on from that. Check out our square. That is very quiet. We need more saturation on that. Okay, I'm about that. I like it. Let's also raise this up since the other synths are being raised. Now our super pulse. Let's also raise that. Lovely. Now our harp in the melody. Okay, maybe I want to give that more bass. This is really loud though. Let's kind of turn it down. Let's turn up the exciter on this a little bit. Some of the air out. Yes, okay. Lovely. Now let's go for our strings. I like the distortion level on that. Let's boost some of the highs a bit. Yeah, there we go. I like that a lot. Okay. Let's go to our French horn. Boost some of the highs. Let's boost the saturation a bit. I like that. Let's give that reverb. I forgot about giving these some of these things reverb. Let's see. Let's give these strings reverb too. And the heart. Oh, lovely. That makes it a lot better. Now, let's boost the highs on this. A lot. Ooh, lovely. Let's turn this up a bit. Turn up the exciter. Even more. It was a really, yeah, the highs were really hiding in there. Okay, that's very good. I like that. I'm excited for this one. Best tracks, one of the best tracks. Glad you're excited, PJ. Welcome. Elite Four battle music from Red and Leaf Green to be next. Interesting. Oh, we don't have a commission for Fire Red and Leaf Green. Someone would have to commission that. Because I can't just do like this was all a commission, so I can't keep doing these like for free. I just don't have the time anymore. Where does the time go? Okay, so our timpani is in drums. So let's pump this one, pump the distortion up on this one. Yes, okay. Let's get put it about right there. And now let's put up the exciter a little bit. Let's also boost the bass because we want a nice booming timpani. But not too much because we might have, well, we don't have a kick most of the time. Now let's peak that at 6. Nice. I like that a lot. Lovely. Okay, now our distortion guitar over in the melody. Meanwhile... Okay, I remember now I had a echo for this, but I never actually added that in. Set the feedback to be 12%. Nice. Let's go for the offset. And diffusion. This is going to make it feel a little blurry. I want to see if that's the right interval. Let's see. Oh, that one's like muted. I forgot. That one doesn't. This one was here. Yes, this is it. So this is happening an interval of 1 step. Yes, I thought so. And that sounds really great. I just want to up the distortion now. A lot, actually. Yes. Now it's exciting. Now let's put up the, yes. Okay, now let's boost those highs. I want to hear those highs more. Yes. Especially when those long notes come in. Nice. Now let's turn down the saturation for that. I'm hearing some buzz on it. Some crunch. I'm hearing some like static on it actually. But I just wanna, I think I wanna get another EQ on here. Let's see. Yeah. It's this part I want to hear more of. Yeah, there we go. That's the noise right there. So if I just, because that's really buried under there. Okay, and then I can zero in on this a little further. Yes. Beautiful. But I think, that's a little bit too much highs there. Actually, this part is where it's messing up. I think I want less right here. It's too much presence. But I still have that sort of like grit in there that I don't want. It's like a electronic buzz. Okay, that's better. Yeah. Oh man. Okay, so we're almost done with this. All right. A man has to live with some money to buy things. Anyway, you're doing entire. Ah, yes, that's very true. Anyways, you're doing the entire Ruby and Sapphire soundtrack. The stream title says Emerald, though. Yes. So it's. I need to fix this. It says it in the description. Oh wait, yeah, no, I did fix that. So it's we're doing the we're doing also because Emerald was mostly the same game, but it had some extra tracks. So we're doing that. It's Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Most of the game is the same, except there's some exclusive tracks in Emerald that we're also doing. So. Ah, yes. All right. Now, let's. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing, which is drums, our general drums and percussion. Which is already sounding really good. I'm liking that. Let's turn down some of these highs. Actually, I want to zero in on the EQ here. And let's just get this part down. Because this part is where this snare is really coming in hot. Actually, this thing, there's a go-go hiding under here that I don't want to stifle the highs on. So I really want to, because this snare here is kind of stealing the show. I really want to get it on a mixer track all its own. So let me just cut it from here, and then we'll make a new channel for this. Let's go. I think I have this as a sample now. Yes, I do. Okay, so let's go paste this here. And now this will live. Wait a second. This was here before? So this, I know my notes are supposed to be here. We actually had this before that. Ah, yes, okay. And actually, we have some snare roll in here. So, I actually do need this to be sort of a another drum channel. Let's clone this. And let's put this into the new one. Because I need to use the snare roll. So let's select everything that should be a roll. Now this is basically when the drummer plays a really rapid snare, like a bunch of rapid snare hits. It's a roll and they all kind of blur together. So the sound canvas actually has, this is not the right wave. Sound canvas actually has a articulation for this, or a sample for this, where they're all recorded together. So in the game, it's just individual hits, but it's a lot more, it sounds a lot better if we use that roll. It sounds a lot more fluid. So let's go and select all these fast articulations, because they're really supposed to be sort of these rolls. I'm using Control Shift to continue selecting something. Now this is going to be a problem because we have a crescendoing snare roll. But I might be able to get away with I think I'll just exclude that rather than, because it's got like a whole special thing going on. Wow, don't ruin my selection. I think I'll leave those as being regular hits. Now, this is one large snare roll. Now we glued all these together, making all the individual notes one single note. That's useful because we just want we don't want all these individual hits of the snare to be one singular snare roll. Nice, I like that. As opposed to actually, I don't know how much I like that sound. I think if they wanted it to be a snare roll, they would have done even faster stuff. Yeah, that's a little bit iffy. Okay, so let's give this its own mixer track now. Let's call this a snare. And let's track it. Now let's go and drag in our default. And now we can name it snare. And say, I don't want all of these highs. Let's disable the petite excite. That takes care of a lot right there. Now we can sort of delete this. Everything here kind of sounds really good. I do like that. I think we can get some more distortion on there. Bring that out. Nice. Now let's go for our tom, which only plays in a small portion of this. Yes, okay. Now let's go, we want to really sort of boost the quiet parts of this sample, making it like bringing the reverb out of it. Not that much. That much, okay. Let's also give this reverb. Nice, I like that reverb. Let's also up the saturation on this, because we want it to feel like really rocky, like a rock tom. Nice. That's gritty, I like that. Lovely. That's a little loud though, so let's turn it down. So I want this to be sort of in sync with my other drums. That crash is really loud, but we'll deal with that later. Nice. Okay, that sort of feels like one now. Let's turn this down. This one needs to, this is our kick, so it needs to really peak at 6. Kicks peak at 6. Here they are. Okay, now let's move on to, actually, I want to see, maybe we can pump that up a little more. Yeah. Now we'll also, this is also going to cause an increase in volume, so we want to make sure that still sort of peaks at 6. Yes. Now let's move on to our crash, which mostly plays in the beginning, I think. Now this is this has a lot of treble, so we want to sort of mitigate that, but our other crash has not enough treble, so let's go and give this its own mixer track. But now we still want, it still occupies the same sonic space, so we want to lead this into our crash, and we literally, all we want to do is just boost this treble. Not that much. Now let's send, okay, that's good. And let's send this to reverb. This is kind of loud, so let's go and turn that down. And then let's go and drag in our default mixer to this, and let's call it Crash 2. And then the crash in general is pretty loud. Lovely. All right, let's move on to our noise. Yeah, I actually kind of want to, this one's a low note, so I kind of want to actually boost the highs a little bit. Nice. Okay. So it sounds like everything's good now. Let's play the whole thing in tandem. Alright, that sounds beautiful. Now let's go and master it. So I want my bass to peak at 3. So let's and it's not doing that, it's certainly lacking. Ooh, there we go. Now we're talking. Nice. Okay, now for our mids, let's cap that at 3. Now for this, we have a lot of different instruments with a lot of different levels, so let's be careful about how we have our mids throughout the mix. So see, right here, we have some very loud stuff going on. So let's sort of turn these down. Now it's behaving a little better. Turn our crash down a little more. Ooh, our tubular bells are a little loud. Maybe our harp is a little loud too. Nice. We might be able to raise that distortion up. Actually, I think our pulse wants to come in a little more here. Overall. Nice. Okay, so I feel that's good for our highs. Our highs are behaving. Now let's check out our, no, that was our mids. Let's check out our highs now. So we want to cap this at 9. Looks like they're behaving pretty well so far. Except for these tambourines here, so let's go and sort of mitigate some of the highs on the drums. Oh my. And, yeah, these drums need to come down on the highs. We also might need to reduce the highs overall. I don't want to be careful about that because some things already have a little bit low highs. And this noise might be an offender. Lovely, okay. Really, really unpredictable levels there. Nice. Now let's do some A and B comparisons here. Now the tubular bells We need sort of a, and I swear that some of this... Turn the mids down a little bit. These highs, I think, have too much. Oh, did I remove the... I guess I never did have too much highs. So let's put a transpire on these tubular bells. Because I remember in the game, they're sort of like just have this really sharp hit, and then they just immediately dip down in volume. Nice. Now, I think that synth is a little too loud. Maybe this distortion is too loud after all. I wonder if, yeah, it does, the distortion does kind of get buried under there. Wait, where is our, There's supposed to be some little tick-tick-tick-tick-tick. I think those are guitars. Ooh, okay. Yeah, we sort of... How much of that did we miss? Ah, this was that one that had that silenced instrument in it. And then... I remember, I'm pretty sure I copied this. But... What about those guitars? Oh, I got those. Yeah, that was the one we had those delay on. But why are they so quiet? Is my question. I think I put the volume... Whoa, why would you do that? So dumb. Yeah, don't do that. Now we have... We want to go to guitar, and I want to see where I put that volume, because I think the volume is like dipping down too much. Well, it's 75%. So why is this so quiet? The velocity is pretty low. But this entire channel, this like volume 1 of the thing is pretty quiet. So let's go ahead and scale this up. Maybe it's meant to be louder. Now let's see if that feels better. I want to measure it based on those. You know what? I think the reason it's so quiet, one reason it's so quiet is because of this attack. is like, oh, and the part 2 does not have this attack. That's why it's so loud. So turn this down to 10. See what we get. So in this moment in the MIDI, there is not as much actually there's the same amount of attack on it. Oh, I'm in channel 10. Oh, it's pretty soft. Yeah, it's soft enough. Okay, so but I think I want more body on this guitar over here. There we go. Lovely. Nice. Wait, where are those zaps? Wow, those are so benign. Why are they so benign in my That is so disappointing. Look at that. They're like pew, pew, like a little mosquito. What happened there? Okay, this is, for some reason, very low velocity. So now compare that to... That's lacking a lot of bass. Hold on. Let me also solo this. Let's also remove this exciter. But actually, one thing we can do is instead of scaling that velocity, we can also just remove the, we just up the sustain here. And say, I want this sustain to be here, but then somewhere here it goes up. That still sounds weak. And it sounds like there's a chorded note here. So this one is doing, in the MIDI, now I have to enable this. And now these are misaligned because I didn't scale them. This is only going like 2 cents. Let's scale this 100%, 200%, 400%, 550%. I think that, yes, that is a chord right there. So we actually have a chord for this. I didn't notice. So this is a B and an A sharp. This one's a D and a C sharp. So we... Okay, so I want to put now... Let's see, do I have the... I think I have the D and C sharp, yes. So I want to copy these notes. Now this one, let me copy this first. Now this is my super pulse. But they're both super pulses. Okay, so this one I have as being... But it sounds... Why doesn't it sound like a square and a pulse? Actually, this is... Let's see. Why is this so much quieter? Ah, because I have the sustain. Sustain is up here, so we need this to have that same automation. But actually, that is like irrelevant because now this... Here, let me undo that because this doesn't even need to be... I forgot that this is not something that the square plays with it. It's the super pulse that does this by itself. So let's go clone this. And let's paste this here. Oh, it left my clipboard already. Okay, so this actually, we do not need this automation. Let's delete this. And now this synth is going to be just a super pulse. Actually, I need to fix what I disabled here. So now this is not going to be, this is going to be back to normal. Okay, and this will be this will be as it is. This one is going to be just a detuned super pulse. Okay, and now let us now cut this information and paste it to this. And now let us also cut the pitch bend. And paste it to this one. No. It's making me mad. Okay, so now we just need the chord for this. And now FL Studio is still trying to not give us what we want by putting this at a weird time. So let's just go and fix that. Now why are we... Oh, yeah, because this is like here. Okay. Ah, but this wouldn't even be detuned if we don't have a thing there. Nice, okay. So now let's also turn up the sustain for this. So now it's noticeable in the mix. It will be. Now the other thing I noticed is that the snares here are kind of, they lacking body. Like that is, they're lacking sort of low mids. They're lacking weight. Yes, okay. Now the other thing I noticed is that this saw synth sort of has some undesirable highs to it. Now I don't really want that much bass on this. I want to like turn down the bass, and now that means we'll lose bass overall. So I want to go and then I have to raise this more actually. Nice. I didn't put reverb on the tubular bells. Or on the timpani. I do like my reverb on the timpani. Or the distortion. I do like reverb on the distortion too. Let's check on the bass. Yes. I think the square and synth should be louder. And the sustain on the square should be more. Now I think the distortion guitar should come down some. It's not really that present in the original. Actually, let's also boost this up a little bit. Now, the square also had more body. I think that's a different cowbell. That cowbell does not sound the same. I'm gonna do something else out now, but we'll still listen. Alright. Sounds good. Now, let's, I'm gonna go to my drums and check out this cowbell. Yeah, this is funky. This is not funky. That's a different sample for sure. It must be from the Studio Sound Canvas. So we'll keep that the same for now. We'll ignore that. I'm going to go and fix that later. Give that less bass. I want to give this some more distortion. I feel like these drums are too quiet. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so this has some panning work. I'll have to do some panning work on this. Why would you select both of these? That makes no sense. So these are all the same, these triangles. Here, they're up here. Okay, so this... But they're panned differently in the game. See, these two notes are different only in the game, only in the fact that they're panned differently. So So this one, it starts out being panned to the right. The first notes are panned to the right, and then we go to the left. So let's cut this, and I remember I have a, I think this is the, I have like a special sample for this thing, so I can do my stuff. But now I've lost my selection because FL Studio removed my cursor here, so now I have to go and copy this again. Okay. So now keeping that there, oh, I have to be in pattern for this to work. Okay. Now let's go and I can remove this. I'm not using it anymore. Let's go and drag in our triangle. And then we'll paste this here. And now let's go Control down, down, Shift up, up, up. Now we want to select these notes. I want to select these notes actually and make them sort of left panned. No, right panned. And then I want to select these notes and make them left panned. And then we'll make them the same note. Okay, now compare that to the nice. But I think it's sort of, the sample was longer in the original, so let's sort of just... Sounds really like it's lacking something. Besides reverb. They put reverb on this to make it sort of... So we have our strings in there, we have our guitar. We have that saw bass. We have the triangle. We have the snare. What's missing? I think it's just the fact that the snare is really quiet. Let's try and bring the snare up. Let's also distort this snare because I feel like it's too benign. I also think we don't need that bass anymore. Give it some reverb too. I also feel like our saw is just too quiet. Yes, I feel like our saw bass has lost volume. Because, like, I think our bass is really lacking. So usually, let's see, before that... Okay, that's better. That fills itself out a lot more. Turn down that noise, the noise hi-hats. Okay, now let's loop this thing. Let's go slice off the intro. And then let's clone this. Now I feel like this pulse bass, pulse saw is sort of a little too present, while this saw is a little too benign. Nice. I think for an ending, I have a good idea for an ending. I want to merge these notes. Now I want this random bridge leading back into the thing to go away. Yeah, now this pulse can be da-da-da. But do we want to? I feel like no, that's not. It's not going up to G. This is a Phrygian sort of thing. So we want to go back to F. So for this heart sweep, we're kind of doing a nice. Let's do another timpani hit. Nice, solid that. Let's end with a crash. Oh, this crashes on A. Nice. Nice, I like that. Nice, alright. I'll say that's done, yeah. Let me play it once while I sort of do my naming. I do want to check on that sort of mystery instrument, though. So it's like here. So we have, that would be here. So let's do. I feel the string should be louder. Yeah, that's not, there's nothing there. But I feel that the, it should be a little more, pitched down, though. Oh, there should be more brightness. Lovely. Okay, I'll let that play. also check on let this run until the end. Nice. Quick ending. Very good. All right, that's where we'll call this for today. I think my oh wow, they got dark outside. And my camera's frozen again. Oh well, this is the time to cut it anyway. So let's go we'll be back with the Summit version tomorrow. All right, y'all. Thanks for coming to the stream, and this will be Jam and Sam signing off. Until next time. Take care.